That's great.
So that's good to know. You can help people even with them being on GLP-1s.
Yeah, I think that's a common misnomer that really, I think people like the two of you and Jamie, the sleeve dietitian, do a really good job of getting the word out there of the importance of building muscle, but understanding that, like, with a GLP-1, muscle retention is still very important. So we actually have programs.
Guess what, guys?
We're not doctors.
No, we are not.
If you're going to be making any major medical decisions, please consult your doctor.
Yes, and that includes diets, exercise, medications, and surgery.
We love you guys.
And we want you to be in our OSLP family forever.
So be careful
And consult
your doctors.
Welcome back, OSLP family. Guys, we are on the last month before the big event, JBY 2025.
So exciting.
And we just want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, because without them, this show would not be happening.
Like at all.
At all.
So we want to give some love out definitely to our sponsors, and ProCare is number one. They are responsible for making sure we have the venue and those beautiful trophies that are going to be going out to everyone.
We can't do a show without those trophies.
That's right.
And then we want to thank SABP Surgical Associates of Bayonet Point. They have been a supporter of ours since the very beginning, and you can thank them for the free live stream for all you people at home,
which is super exciting. And then you can think Pop Recovery Systems. Actually, right now, while you're watching this, if this is still March time, you can enter in to be part of a Love Yourself sponsorship. So they're giving that away, and the winner is going to be announced at the show, guys. So we definitely want you there, because they're helping other people get their plastic surgeries and making sure they're taken care of after bariatric surgery. So definitely a big shout out to Pop.
Yes. And then, of course, we have to thank First Form, who is giving us access to their amazing, amazing gym. They are one of the top 4 gyms in the country, and they have let us take it over for the morning. So we definitely want to thank them.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to go to the gym and take all the photos.
Yep.
And then we have Bariatric Pal. They are literally creating the swag bag. We've actually saw mock-ups already. They're beautiful, and it's such a nice thing that they're coming in. They're going to give us samples and everything so you can try it, because Bariatric Pal is actually a store. So thank you so much for being a part of JBY this year.
Yes. And then also with the swag bag, we want to thank Bariatric Hair and Skincare, which is JoJo B. We all know her. We all love her. Her products are out of this world, and she is putting her stuff in the swag bag. So look forward to that.
Yes, and we also have Busy Bariatrics, which is one of our own, Mr. Rob DiMedio, and he started his own coaching. He's also a bariatric patient, and he's helping out with the wellness morning. He's going to be a personal trainer there, and he helped out with getting the First Form gym for us too. So.
Yes, and then last but not least, we have findabariatrictherapist.com. You guys know we preach therapy all the time, and one of the hardest things is finding a bariatric therapist. And Ashlyn Douglas Barnes, she made it super easy. So you go onto the website, you can filter by a lot of different things, and it'll actually spit out your options for finding a bariatric therapist. So we couldn't have a bariatric journey without her.
Exactly.
Or the wellness morning.
Right. And if you notice, all these people have something to do with our journey, whether it's vitamins, whether it's your hair, whether it's your body. They all play a good part of our journey. So thank you to all of them. And we want you to get your tickets, guys. It's on April 12th, 2025 at St. Louis at the Hawthorne Theater. Go to jbyawards.com to get your tickets, because they are selling out fast.
Yes. And remember, we are better together. So show up for our community on April 12th in St. Louis. Welcome back, OSLP family.
Welcome, welcome.
You are listening to our Sleep Life podcast, and this is Kelly.
This is Mel.
And we got a oldie but a goodie.
Yes.
On today. We always
his face.
Hey,
he's been on a lot. He's
and all of a sudden I get the old comment.
I didn't mean your age. I meant how long you've been, like how many times you've been on the podcast. So we have Dad Rob DiMedio, the owner and creator of Busy Bariatrics, on for you tonight.
That's right.
And we're going to go over a little special thing that we got going on for the JBY season. So, welcome back on the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me again, ladies. I guess I do have to say again at the end of all of these now.
Yeah.
We're up to the 4th, so this is crazy.
Oh, you're hitting...
I love that you know that.
Yeah, I was like, you're hitting Jamie and Ashlyn numbers now.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm in rarefied air right there.
Yes, you are. Yeah. There's not many people we have on 4 times.
No. That's how you know we love you.
Yep.
That or like this is the extended like you've stayed your welcome, we're good, let's move, let's get everything done.
This is our final episode with you.
This is the final episode. This is going to be the closer.
Now you're wild. No, you are here to tell everybody about your business, how it started, and the fact that you have offered our patrons a really cool thing right before Just Be You. So guys, if you want to become a patron after this, go to patreon.com/OSLP, and then you get to hang out with us and do all the fun things and what Rob's going to offer everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, I just look at JBY, and it was such an awesome experience for me. The first year in Portland, last year in DC. When I say it changed my life, it is such an understatement of how much you ladies have helped shape me, my company, and everything in the community. And I wanted to give back. I know for a lot of us, we get through January and we're all gung-ho. We're going to go back to the gym. We're going to eat our chicken breast with our broccoli and our diet air. And we're going to do like 15 workouts a day and ice bath and cold plunge and sauna. And then around like end of January, early February, we all kind of say like, life is busy and I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And then we get into February and we're kind of like, oh wow, like JBY's in 2 months. How do we kind of get this together? So I figured, why don't we have this like challenge of taking 21 days and just really focusing on habits, patterns, and behaviors that can keep us on track, kind of get us looking good and feeling good, and just celebrating how far we've all come with our movement and our ability to get stuff. And I just kind of wanted to get back to you, awesome ladies.
No,
thank you.
Well, and when you first pitched us this idea, we were both, of course, like all for it. Like,
can we talk about how anxious I get about these things?
Oh my God.
So anxious.
I am so weird, people. I did this like, hi, Kelly and Mel, this is Rob. You may have remembered me. I helped do some things with you. And you're like, yes, we know. Please get to the point. It's like, I have a 15-slide PowerPoint presentation that I'd like to share. And it's just like, I don't know. I get this.
Presentation.
I did have a presentation. It was like a whole thing. And
I know.
It was very cool.
every now and then I do some things. But more importantly, it was just like, I think it's important. And I've seen so many people in the bariatric community. I've gotten to make so many great friendships from JBY. And I knew a lot of the anxiety that I felt coming into JBY was really put on myself of how am I going to do with being around other people? How am I going to do compared to everyone else? And a lot of that was in my head. So we built the challenge around this idea of how do we do some basic mindset techniques on eliminating comparison? What are some healthy options we can bring if we are anywhere for the challenge? And how can we get some movement in that reflects where we can all be at our bariatric journey? So
yeah,
definitely an awesome experience that I'm excited to help share. And the fun part is the camera that we talked about off air for everything.
Yeah.
So this is
that is hilarious. You know what? It was meant to die. It was meant for us to see your eyes.
So we're back to the same basement that we did every single one before.
Yes. I love it.
Again, oldie but goodie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Classic.
So can you tell us a little bit about the 20-day challenge for JBY? Just be you.
Yeah. Always a dad pun to kind of put in there with it.
Yes.
Just Be You Challenge is really going to be an awesome experience to get people in and start to get ready with movement. I think a challenge is a really good way if you're considering getting into like working out with a trainer, or if you just have questions. It's a really good place to start. One of the fun things we've done over the past years are collaborations on just basic questions that the bariatric community has with movement. And I'm always so happy to see how many questions we get from our listenership, as well as people who DM of what's going on with this. And we kind of build it around that idea of how do we get comfortable with dumbbell exercises?
Yeah.
How do we overcome some basic levels of gym intimidation? How do we plan our days so that we have that reflected? How do we just move for everything else we do? So we kind of built it with the idea of where anyone can really just be you at your movement part of your journey and meet the client where they're at.
I love that because I am like working on my routine, working on like putting things into place so that I have a consistent, like, I don't even have to think about it. So that's the part that I'm really looking forward to. We all know that I hate working out. I hate it with a passion. But incorporating that movement in is really important also.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that this will give me the motivation to just keep going.
I think it should be good. I think for a lot of people, we have this level of overwhelm in the beginning of we have to do all of the things all at once. And what we really wanted to do when we built this is ramp it up so that it is very achievable and gets up to a level where it really works on just having consistency. So it's not some rocky montage where we have you running up a mountain or through the city of Philadelphia.
Although we've done that.
Yes,
We have done both. So it's a good deal. But it really comes down to just making sure that everyone feels that they're welcome and that it's something we can do together wherever you are. But also, like, even if you're not coming to JBY, it's a great chance to work with an awesome trainer. I really wanted to make sure that everyone gets the proper touch points that they get. So we're going to have a kickoff call with myself and Lisa Gittleman, our assistant coach who does all of our programming. And she's going to be working with the benchies pretty much daily with giving prompts of what to think about. You'll have support so that you can ask all the questions to her. And it really is just a great opportunity if you've been considering doing weightlifting or considering doing resistance bands or just getting some level of movement that you feel comfortable with. It's a great option for everyone.
Yeah.
And I know I'm just trying to figure out what movement do I want to do. I'm trying to figure out like what class do I actually want to do? What workouts I actually want to do? And then when you mentioned dumbbells, I'm like, I suck at dumbbells. I feel like I'm doing them wrong all the time. Even if it looks like I'm doing it right with the picture next to me, I'm like, nah, I'm probably fucking this up. So I really can't wait to like hear what Lisa has because I've never met her. I've never talked to her. So this will be cool.
Lisa is amazing. Lisa's story is kind of everything that you want out of a busy bariatric. Ooh. She came to me last summer for summer camp and was convinced she was done losing weight. She was about at her 9-month mark, and we really did focus on just kind of tweaking a couple things in her habits throughout her day, focusing more on water. Where are we getting our protein? When are you moving? How much are you moving? And Lisa just kind of started doing all of those and putting it together, and it was the best way that we want to lose weight when we get to the 9-month mark. She was losing about half a pound here, a pound there, not really rehauling her life or living in the gym, and we were able to lose another 56 pounds off of her. Yeah. She is a rock star. It has inspired her to get her personal trainer's certification. Yeah. And she has been interning under me. And it has just been awesome to see her go from knowing what to do in the gym, but needing to know how to have a level of accountability. And then from there, she is starting with dumbbells, and she has worked herself up that she can actually squat her spouse's weight now in the gym. So she has her own Squat Your Spouse club within Busy Bariatrics of she coaches our clients how to lift heavy healthily and safely through forum videos and get them up to numbers that are really awesome for working moms, people of all different places in their life, and just really falling in love with the gym. So I couldn't think of a better person to give to you two.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. I'm excited. And I love that you're talking about how, like, it's just, the regular people, because that's kind of what me and Kel's always talked about is, like, we just want to help all the regular people, like Joe down the street, So this is really going to actually, I think, open a lot of eyes for our patrons and our benchies. And hopefully you'll get a bunch of people over to you because, like, this stuff works. You can tell already.
Yeah, it's really cool to see how we've all kind of worked together with this to kind of support and do it. I have to say I'm so excited to get on in front of you ladies first, because the benchies kind of took over part of summer camp last year, which is our program.
I love it.
In the best way possible. I gotta say that your listeners are action takers. They saw this amazing deal and they're like, yo, it's with Dad Rob, let's get it. And we had some just really amazing people who started in summer camp with, I'm just going to try working with a trainer. And they have stayed for, now close to a year. Like Rhonda, one of your listeners, I just got off our one-to-one call with her. She has lost 61 pounds since coming up. Yes. She is 61 years old. So she was very proud at her 1 year mark. She has lost a pound for every year of her existence.
Yeah.
And it's really just shown, like, she's a person who works a job, does everything else. She goes to the gym 3 times a week, prioritizes her steps, has learned to incorporate a GLP-1 as well, and how to work her nutrition around that.
Yeah, that's
and
very
really
important.
Build muscle through it. So it's been awesome.
We love ProCare. You guys know this. And guess what? They have a brand new product out and it tastes like an orange Tic Tac.
That's right. I have got it in my hot little hands right now. It's their easy to swallow tablet in Citrus Grove. And both of us have fully switched over to it.
We had to because it's easy to swallow, doesn't stick, and it has 45 milligrams of iron. And we both need that.
Yes, we do. So go to procarenow.com to take care of all your bariatric body needs. Full 15% off. So use code OSLP at checkout. I only use a few products, and one of the products that I absolutely have fallen in love with is American Dream Nut Butter. I love how many flavors they have. I love that it's got protein. I love that it's got healthy fats for me. And I absolutely love that I don't feel guilty when I have that for a sweet treat at the end of the night. So if you are looking for a really tasty nut butter, click the link below and go look at all their millions of flavors because they've got them all.
Sunshines, I'm so excited to show you something completely different. Now, I have been using all these other apps to track my food, and I finally found one that I really enjoy, and I'm very excited to show you. So it's called ATE-app, ATE app, and you just log in, you use our code OSLP24, and you're gonna get a discount, and then you can start just tracking your food. Like, it's really cool. You just take photos, you write how you felt during that time frame, you track your movement, and then now you actually get like a good understanding of how your day is going and what actually makes you feel good and what it doesn't. So go over to ATE-app on your phone, download it, use our code OSLP2024, and start using it now.
Okay, you guys know at this point we have tried over 1 million protein bars.
1 million?
Okay, so maybe I'm being a little dramatic, but it feels like it some days.
Yeah.
So, but consistently from the beginning of the podcast, we've always loved this protein bar.
Freaking dive bar, guys. Like, they are so soft and they're so delicious. I just have to have one.
Yes, they've got great protein in them, and they have as much caffeine as equal to 1 cup of coffee.
And
so, yeah.
That's
Sign me
exciting
up.
because guess what? I don't drink coffee. So when I have this, I'm awake and ready for the day.
Energy. Plus, they always have some version of lemon, and I just love it.
And they have always.
I'm here for it.
And guess what? s'mores, and you can put these in the air fryer. They're actually more delicious in there.
So good. So good.
So guys, go get these as soon as you can. We do have a code for you. It's OSLP. So go use that and get your discount.
That's great.
So that's good to know. You can help people even with them being on GLP-1s.
Yeah, I think that's a common misnomer that really, I think people like the two of you and Jamie, the sleeve dietitian, do a really good job of getting the word out there of the importance of building muscle, but understanding that like with a GLP-1, muscle retention is still very important. So we actually have programs that reflect the idea of if you have a limited amount of energy, this is how we ramp it up. But more importantly, you know, what's good for a person taking a GLP-1 is good for a bariatric patient, which is also good for the general population. So building muscle is good no matter what age or stage you are in your bariatric journey. And we want to help people understand that like a GLP-1 is a normal part of the process and that we help people build muscle and optimize their lifestyle on medication as well.
Yeah, I feel like with being on a GLP-1, there's not, like, we talk about it, but there's not a whole lot of people that say, like, hey, you actually do need a little bit of coaching when it comes to nutrition for a GLP-1, because I know the first time I was on it, I had no idea. And so I wasn't prioritizing my protein, and guess what? Half my hair fell out. Like, there we go. But now, being on it a second time, I know that I need to get at least 100 grams, which I do, 100 grams of protein every single day to retain that hair. And I also take my vitamins, and I'm doing all of the things differently this time.
And I have
but
to
it
tell
took a
you
lot of
that
trial and error.
there is no better vitamin to take than ProCare vitamins.
That's right.
The vitamins that keep Kelly and I strong, moving and grooving every day, and Mel smiling as she does, is ProCare.
Yeah.
Did we get the brand placement right on this one?
We did. And we have them right here just in case. Like my alarm went off like 15 minutes before we started, which means I need to go take mine.
Your calcium chews.
Ooh.
Calcium chews in the chalice. It just shows what this cup has evolved of what goes into it over time. I will say that. So
where'd you get that? Holy squirrel.
It was given. It was a gift. So it has my name. It's from football. It's actually from high school. I got it as like a senior gift, and I've kept it. It's traveled with me at different points, and it's been filled with different things at different points, but I really love that I've repurposed it to reflect my bariatric journey, and I get to take these great, delicious ProCare calcium chews, coming in so many great flavors.
You are hilarious. I know they have a new flavor coming out.
They do.
Yep.
I'm a little bitter. I see all the other people, they get the new boxes, and I'm still enjoying like my cinnamon roll over here.
If it helps, we didn't get a new box either.
Yo, if only we knew people there that could send us boxes of things.
Interesting. And if you are going to the website, procarenow.com, use OSLP, and you're going to get 15% off. That's right. Yeah,
the bariatric vitamin of our sleeve life.
Is that your chewable?
This is my multivitamin.
Your multivitamin.
The chewable, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't get to use the new vitamin until I finish the old vitamin, so it's on my to-do list. It is the chewable, though.
That's hilarious. You're like, nope, gotta finish.
Yeah.
I'm a finisher. But where were we? I'm squirreling out with everything.
Focusing on your like meals and stuff. Like Kelly was saying, she's getting 100 grams of protein right now. Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Consistently. I mean, I'm not perfect every single day, but it's, most of the time it's 5 to 6 days a week that I'm getting 100 grams of protein. Yeah.
Nor does it have to be. I think that's a really big misnomer of, everyone knows I like to track. There are weeks where I go without tracking. I think the best benefit of tracking, though, is you kind of learn an idea of here's the templates of what my breakfast, lunch, and dinner could look like. But we've actually gotten a lot of clients to get off of tracking once it's almost like the training wheels are off, and then they go to plating methods. But to go back to what you were saying, Kel, is I think there's a lot of deja vu all over again in the bariatric community when it comes to a GLP-1.
Yep.
And it's really important that we help give a science background of the importance of muscle building, the importance of prioritizing yourself, of understanding your nutrition goals and having the right habits around it. Because you're a living example of when people stereotype the idea that bariatric surgery or a GLP-1 does all the work, it couldn't be further from the truth.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's you have to live and walk the walk and talk the talk every day.
Yeah.
And you ladies show that, and it's awesome.
Thanks.
you.
Yeah, I think we did an expert call with Dr. Eric Smith.
Love it.
And one of the biggest like pieces of information that I gathered from that I'm like still think about daily is he said that if you aren't doing it correctly, if you are losing massive amounts of muscle mass, you're predestined to regain.
Yep.
Because you're not doing it in the correct way. And it's like the number one rule. And so I'm like, okay, this is what I have to do. So it's definitely been an eye opener.
Yeah,
for
and
me.
I always love Dr. Eric does a really good job of being a straight shooter, and I'm sure
Yes.
on your expert call you got that. He really does have the approach of kind of what Spencer and Carl Nadolsky also have, who are advocates for GLP-1s. You need to be building muscle because as you build more muscle onto your frame, it helps increase your metabolic rate, which means that you do burn more calories. But there's also a lot of major benefits when it comes to having more bone density, being able to move and feel better. So I'm glad that you bring great doctors on like that who get it and also understand it. But I still laugh when people will pigeonhole either bariatric surgery and GLP-1s, and it's like, guys, this is the exact same rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
You need to build your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm happy that you're focusing on muscle too, because as women really, really need the muscle, like especially as we get older, because we get brittle and we can break a hip, a knee very quickly as we get older. So we need to take the calciums from ProCare, and we need to work on our muscle, like building muscle with you. So that way we don't have to worry about that.
Correct. Yes.
And that's where it's kind of cool. Like Lisa is in her 50s. Rhonda, who we mentioned, is in her 60s. We have clients of all ages and stages. And the importance of muscle building, whether you're on a GLP-1, not on a GLP-1, but after bariatric surgery as well, is understanding that the better you put your body in and the more muscle you have, the better you will do. The biggest fear that clients have coming to me is I am going to get bulky after I start to lift weights. And I'm like, do you realize there are bodybuilders who live in a gym who try to get bulky?
Yeah.
It's actually a lot harder than you think. And a really good example of that is I have a client right now. She is getting ready for her wedding. She was convinced she was going to be at 100. Well, first she was at a little bit over 205. And she was like, I'm never going to hit Wonderland. And we started to work on weightlifting in the first 2 weeks. And she went to 206. And that's usually when people freak out. And
I panic. Yeah.
It's the panic button. Rob, I need an adult. I need to get out of here. And I'm like, Lindsay, I promise you, your muscles are inflamed. Give me a month and I will get you to where you need to go. She came on in October. November was when the Commanders, because she's a Washington fan, started to heat up and went playoff bound. We went through the holidays, through her 2-week trip to Florida. She is down in the 180s, and she looks phenomenal. She just went to another friend's wedding and has that proper tricep shoulder definition.
I love that.
Popped her dress, looks phenomenal, and is just doing amazing work.
That is so great to hear. I am curious can you give us a little bit information of like how using this challenge, what kind of things do we need to change up? Like what kind of consistency do we need to start building?
Yeah.
You need to increase it, probably, is like the easiest answer, because everyone's going to come into this at a different level. And I think that's important to understand. And that's why we wanted to make sure that Lisa's with the benchies for the 21 days. If you have been lifting for 3 days a week and you're like, this is a great idea to work on habits and mindset, Lisa is there for you. If you've never picked up a dumbbell, this is a great challenge for you. If you get overwhelmed with the idea of the ebook that we're going to give you, and you were like, oh my goodness, Rob wrote like 45 pages in here. This is way too much. Lisa might not read it to you, but she will highlight the juicy parts.
Ooh, that's good to know. Yeah, because Mel was definitely freaking out over the size of the ebook.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's long?
Yeah.
And then I realized that you have actual days that you can write stuff down in. And
we wanted to add so many of your journaling prompts as well as tips and tricks so that there's something in there for everyone.
Yeah.
So it's not really supposed to be read like cover to cover, but it really does a good job of meeting everyone where they're at. So if you've been lifting consistently, it can be more of a habit and journaling book for the nutrition and the lifestyle part. But I would say the way that people crush it in busy bariatrics and the way that most people crush challenges really comes down to getting intentional with your calendar. Everyone thinks it's a macro split.
You and your calendar.
I'm telling you, there is nothing better than a calendar. Making sure that you are holding space to commit to your bariatric journey is such an important part of this process.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about that in our kickoff call of how much time do you need. We really wanted the workouts to be under 30 minutes so that if you are too busy in the next 3 weeks, you can still find something. But it's also as close to just doing 3 days a week of workouts, of showing up for yourself.
Perfect. It's so great. I'm so excited to start this. And as a reminder to everybody, this is only free for our benchies.
Yep. You have to be a benchie.
You have to be a benchie. So you have to sign up at patreon.com/OSLP, and you have to be a benchie. So, and really, you get this amazing challenge. Plus, not to mention, after JBY, the day after, there's a brunch for you for free. There's expert calls every single month, which Dad Rob has been on before. And you can actually go back and watch expert calls. So we have those like libraried out for you.
Yep.
And there's a lot of key benefits to not only finding a support system, but also having access to things like the 21-day Just Be You challenge.
So
B-E-E.
B-E-E.
Everyone BC.
B.
Random question. Why 21 days?
So I'm such a data nerd.
I know.
One thing that I really like is there is a lot of research and data that shows that most people tend to drop off at the 3-week mark of starting something new. So we kind of have shiny object syndrome where it's, oh, this is something new and invigorating. And eventually that starts to wave at about the 3-week mark.
Okay.
And the reason we wanted to do that is, one, blatantly, like, we wanted to make the benchies have something that ramped right up into JBY, but this is kind of like a really good segue. Say you do the challenge, and let's just say you're a benchie, you got the book, you were overwhelmed, but you're coming to JBY. You still have a chance to work with myself, Lisa, or one of our trainers in person at the event. Please get your tickets if they're still available.
They are not.
Oh,
Not
my
for
goodness.
you.
What?
Not for you.
You're sold out, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
I get my street. My street.
Yeah, because you sold out last year too.
Yep.
Sold out last year and the podcast in Philly, but I don't count these things. Anywho.
It's because people love you.
Yep. And it was hard even for him, guys, to realize that. Like, he thought no one was going to talk to him at the first JBY. He was like, no, I'm not going to know anyone. It's going to be like really quiet, whatever. And then no. I'm like, you're going to get surrounded.
Real Hollywood stories from JBY1. We had to get ready for the event. And I already knew Rob Spinella, Rob Motivation, Hot Rob, all the good titles that we give him. But like he's kind of a popular dude, so like everyone kind of flocks and does this. Connie Stapleton, my hero, one of the best in the business for bariatric psychology. She was there. We were in that room like getting ready for presentations for about 90 minutes. It took about an hour and 15 minutes for me to just get close to her. And this is so creepy. Like, this story sounds creepy even as I'm telling it.
Yes.
I started to walk up to her and she turned around and I ran away. Like, ran away and hid behind Jason Smith, who was like 6'6". And I was like, I need to hide behind an adult. She's like, what did you do? I was like, I tried to say hi to a professional. And I just freaked. But it just shows how empowering that night was. I mean, you had to pull me aside, Mel, and be like, no, people actually like you and respect you. And some of my favorite pictures are just capturing the sheer unexpected joy of me winning that first year.
One of my favorite photos from the first one is of you going down. Yeah,
Yes.
you're like, and you see all the hands like trying to high five you as you were going down. It's
so cool.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you two.
Aww.
And the cool thing about this community is I really didn't know how to respond that night. And Maddie, I'm horrible with numbers, but it's like 50558, Maddie Spar.
5088.
Pulled me aside, and this is someone like, she's got a massive following.
Yeah.
Does everything. And she gave me her phone number and said, look, you need to believe in yourself and you need to talk your truth. Call me if you have everything. It was the worst move she ever did. I think I pretty much Buddy the Elfter the entire time. Like, got back from Portland. I'm like, hi, I got back from Portland. How do I make the Instagram reels? And she like really spent time to work. So it's just such a great event of connection and belonging, and everyone's a part of it. And it's just, I'm like, if I wasn't so dehydrated right now, I'd tear up. But
Aww. I mean, it's a pretty cool event. I mean, honestly, I love walking in, and it's not like, I just like seeing everybody else make the connections and meeting for the first time and hearing the, oh my God.
It's so cool.
Like,
so
that's
cool.
my favorite.
Yep.
And it has nothing to do like with anything else. That's purely the joy I get out of that.
And what's funny, Rob, is like during that first one where you were afraid of Connie, I was talking with Connie that night, and it was Connie and Laura Garbo.
Yeah.
And it was us three just talking, and they both like literally they go, Mel, look around. And I was like, is something wrong? And they're like, no, like look. And I was like, what? And they're like, look what you and Kelly did. You got all these people together from all over the place. She's like, this is impressive. And look how happy they are. And I was like, thank you. Because, like, we don't think about that part. And it is very meaningful. And you guys get to meet and have fun. And you got to finally talk to Connie. For those who don't really know, like, he's read her books. He's followed her for a very long time. I would have been fangirling, too. I totally understand it. So, like, it was hard for you to go up to her.
So fun fact, I didn't talk to her at JBY1. I was so afraid. And then the best part was I was talking with Jason and I got an email from, I'm not going to give her professional email out, but it was her personal email. So it's like Connie, I'm not going to give it out, but like it's Connie not like where you're officially here. And she's like, hi, Rob, this is Connie Stapleton. I just wanted to know if I could talk to you. I'm really inspired by your story. And I was like, okay, this is like the worst April Fool's joke ever that someone is playing. And then I started to do the math of like, I called like the Rolodex of like, hi, are you being a jerk? And they're like, no, it's a real email. It checks out. You should probably respond to her. When did she email you? And I was like, oh, like a week ago. And yes.
You're ridiculous.
Bro.
She invited me to be at her house. She invited me to work on a couple of projects with her. I had to use her bathroom. I slept in her grandkid's bunk bed. It was by far the weirdest, like, surreal moment you could have in your bariatric time.
She's amazing.
She's amazing. Which bunk did you do? Me and Kelly hung out in the bunk, too.
I did bottom bunk because I'm very afraid of top bunk.
Fair.
It's a little claustrophobic, I'm not going to lie.
Not even the claustrophobic. It's like, I used to be 365 pounds. I have no faith in that. Like,
Ha!
I still
Right in
have
your
that
brain,
mark.
you're like, I'm gonna break this thing.
Those
gonna
are
break
built into the wall.
They're so cool.
Don't care. Don't care. Marmaduke brain came fully in. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting up this ladder.
So is it the bunk on the left or the right?
Yeah.
Left.
Going with the
Okay.
window.
Like the angled one?
Wow, with Built Bar, I get marshmallows, chocolate, and cookie chunks.
That's right. We are all hashtag Team Puff.
That's right. We're all about that puff game over here because we get protein with it too. This is incredible.
Every single flavor they come up with, even the sour gummy ones, are freaking chef's kiss. They are so good.
Yes, guys. So go over to builtbar.com, use OSLP, you'll get your discount, and then you're going to have a delicious protein bar. Team Puff?
Do you guys have a GNC near you? Because I have like 3 and I go to all of them because I love seeing all the different things. And they're so fun because they're so nice. And your girls have a code. What? That's a joke. Your girls have a link. So click a link and you'll go to their website. You might get a discount. You might get free shipping. Just really depends on what's going on at that time. So go ahead and click the link in our bio and then you'll go on to GNC.
I've been on the hunt for a good protein powder and collagen powder for a while now. And when I first tasted First Form, I was blown away. I am completely obsessed. Like, have a Profi every single day obsessed. So if you're looking for a new protein powder, definitely click the link below and see what options they have for you because I trust them completely.
She has like the bunks on the left side, and that was the one that was in.
Yeah, if you're looking at the bunk beds,
Yeah.
there's the one on the right or left right here and then the right.
Your left or my right?
See,
Oh my God.
one, is there a window near it or not a window near it?
No window near it.
Okay, there
That's
you
the
go.
left.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys, I
That's what
promise
makes
if you're
Satan that
doing
way.
the challenge, you are in faithful hands. I may not know my left from my right, but I do know how to program workouts.
And you know how to drive at least.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to do passenger side and driver side for a while.
I mean,
That is also, and like you just do the L thing.
I'd still
Yeah,
do
I
the
still
left
do that too.
sometimes.
Yep.
I'm like,
If if protein is not in my body, that is happening. I'm like, wait, hold on.
yeah.
First thing to go is left, not left. And the worst part is, like, I don't even think right. I just know it is, like, left, not left.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's actually what I do too. It's not right. It's not left.
Okay,
Okay,
tell
back.
us about the summer class.
Oh, my goodness. So, it's summer.
When does
Like,
it start?
Oh, look, he started smiling instantly.
Can I just tell you, I thought I did a good job. Our speaker series last year had some of the best in the bariatric community.
did.
And they rocked it.
Yeah.
The big problem when you do that is you gotta go bigger the next year.
Yep.
You know what? I really shouldn't say it, but I'm gonna tell you ladies because this is like we booked some killers on this
Okay,
one.
breaking
So-
news, guys.
Breaking news on the summer. What is it called?
Beep. It's Busy Bariatric Summer Camp.
Summer
will-
camp.
Summer camp.
I couldn't remember the
it's summer
camp part.
camp.
Summer camp.
This really started like with Connie. My first year that I opened up business, she was like, "Why don't I speak to your counselors or campers? Do you think that'll help?" And I was like, "You would do that?" She's like, "Yeah, absolutely." And it was phenomenal. And she, of course, then said, you should probably do like a couple speakers. So the next year, we filled from May, June, and July. We had a speaker every week of experts in the professional on mindset, on nutrition, fitness, and everything else. This year's roster, because the problem is then how do you top it the next year?
Yeah.
This year's roster, so last year's roster was all built on the idea these are the people who really helped me on my journey
Okay.
and really got me started. This year, the theme is mindset and muscle. So many times when we want to build muscle, we think it's macros, when in reality, it is the mindset that helps us with weight loss. So we actually have as our opening speaker, the host of Mind Over Macros, Mike Milner, is going to be our opening speaker. He has coached over 1,000 patients who have been stuck with losing weight on how to reframe your mindset to
Wow.
thrive after bariatric surgery.
That's amazing.
He is our opener. The rest, like this is stacked. We have Karen Kenny, who is a phenomenal mindset coach. Last year, she shared what you need to reframe about yourself to optimize your bariatric journey. We still have clients who talk about that session. She is coming back and is starting in May to help you overcome everything that you could possibly have with overwhelm. We
Wow.
also hired and brought in Lorinda Fay. She is the author of Iron Confidence. She coaches females how to step into the gym and their empowerment through mindset journaling activities. Those are our first 3 speakers.
Hell yeah.
We also have some tried and true like Connie Stapleton, Kayla Gergen, who we work well
Yes.
with, Jen Borwinkle, who is going to be teaching about how to run after bariatric surgery and how to get into it, and coaching how to get through a 5K. And there's still, that's just a taste of it. Eric Bach, my personal coach who helps me get ready for my photo shoots, is going to teach all his top secrets to make sure you look like you lift. I think anyone who has seen me in the last year would say I've done a pretty good job of listening to him. So
Yes.
these are just some of the speakers we have.
Wow. That's incredible.
So it starts in May then.
We are starting in May. You can sign up now because some of the feedback we got last year was people wanted to start earlier so that they could get their like patterns organized. They wanted to get comfortable with everything. So we are actually going to open up summer camp whenever this episode drops.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's
Well, that one's dropping next Tuesday. So,
Wow. So I got to get on this.
yeah.
Some cool things if you're thinking about it, just so everyone knows. 1, we listened to a lot of feedback last year. Because we now have Lisa doing our programming, we have a full 12-week resistance band program, which will help you get ready to work with dumbbells, which will also help you work with getting into the gym. Last year, we had over 30 clients take our Breakdown Gym Intimidation program and are now regular gym goers with the confidence that they need. And you're going to have the mindset coaches, the dietitians, and the certified personal trainers to help you get to where you need to be from wherever you're starting at.
wow.
Holy moly. You got all the things.
It is crazy. The cooler part too is some of our bigger speakers have waived their speaker fees. And I'm going to be giving that back to our clients. So we have a bunch of giveaways and scholarships that are coming up, but those are kind of, you have to sign up to find out what I'm going to toss away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
for sure. Yeah. And I mean, our benchies took over last year. So this year should be no different, guys.
That's right.
It's phenomenal to see how many people came in, but not only came for summer, but stayed for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And that was something really transformative. Clients who stayed ended up losing a pretty good amount of weight. One of your listeners who she was comfortable to share with this, Tarol is a stay-at-home mom of 4 kids. She was still able to learn to optimize her schedule, put all the pieces together, and she has lost 125 pounds since last summer camp.
Oh, whoa. Congratulations, girlfriend.
Yes, that's incredible.
I'm so happy you got with Dad Rob and did all the things with him. That's amazing.
I don't know if you should say it like that.
Yeah, well, maybe hindsight 2020, but
Whoops, it is.
Yes.
Anyways.
The cool thing that we did and why we're starting earlier, we found a clear data point that clients who only stayed for 3 months lost about 2 pounds and had about a 56% consistency on workout rates. Clients who stayed, even if it was just 1 month more, lost on average of 22 pounds last summer. And on top of that, had about an 87% compliance rate on their workout. So we are checking your data. Lisa is going in every day and making sure that you are lifting with proper form. So if you need help with that, like, we are going to surround you with everything you need to break down your gym intimidation and optimize your bariatric journey.
Wow, that's impressive. So what do you think is that difference from 2 pounds to 22? Like, why is that extra month so important?
There's a lot. when we really went through our exit surveys and everything else that was going through, it really came down to a lot of how are we handling the mindset around weight loss. And as much as we think it's macros and muscle, the clients who removed, I'm trying to think how best to put it, and this is why Mike is actually opening up, because this is a lot of his research that comes back. When you take the time frame out of your weight loss journey, it reframes how you approach working with a coach. And when you do that process and stop saying, I need to lose 20 pounds in 4 weeks, and just focus on, I'm going to build the habits. I don't need to track every day and be perfect. I need to have a range, and I need to understand what works for me. When you stop trying to do 2 workouts a day and work on less of being more, and you really make this part of your identity, you get a better result. So that is why we've really went very mindset heavy for that first month or two. And that with a couple of the other surprises that I'm not going to share because I've given you a lot, but there's so many awesome surprises to help you really realize how powerful you are and to help you get out of your own way.
Do you have them do like activities and stuff?
We will, just like we have the JBY ebook for people who are kind of trying a challenge and doing stuff. Each speaker has given a personal activity that we are going to be working on each week that you have a better idea from some of the top fitness professionals in the country. Some of the best mindset coaches, even outside the bariatric community, are working with us for this one, because when I talk to them, they understood how important this process was for a community that struggles the hardest with this.
Yeah, we do. The mindset's the hardest for us.
Yeah. Well, and I'm thinking, how great is it that you can do the 21-day challenge and then roll right into summer camp?
Yep.
It's literally so seamless. And can you imagine how different you would be after like doing a 21-day challenge and then doing summer camp? Like, you'd be a completely different person, like inside and out.
If I was on the fence of joining summer camp, what I would absolutely do, because you guys know I don't like spending money. Like, I'm
correct.
still,
You are
don't
stingy.
let it fool you. I'm still a dude in my basement.
You are stingy.
Yes. I'm efficient with my dollar.
There you go. You're efficient.
But I'm
Potato.
Let's be honest. I'm stingy. Like, I count out the 20%.
I love that you admitted it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's be, no, Kelly's 100% right on that. I'm shining up a turd right now. But here's what I'd say. If you wanted to get the most bang for your buck, I would do I would join the benchies. What's the initial tier that you can get the challenge with, ladies?
$10.
$10. $10 that goes to support you two ladies and your awesome thing. You get a taste of what it's like to work with Lisa. You get an idea of the expectation, and you get a free ebook that we did some work on this thing.
Yeah.
We did, like, it's a big one, but it's good. I promise. I would take that $10 and then I would ask myself one of two things. If I was like, you know what, this is the sort of stuff I need, I would 100% then sign up for our summer package, which, if money is an issue, we have a tier this year that is at $157 a month. So more like about what some people spend in DoorDash. And that's exactly how we priced it. The average amount that people spend in DoorDash. So if you just don't DoorDash for like 6 months, you'll probably lose the weight. And you get the amazing speakers. You get access to a coach who will be checking your form each day.
Okay.
As well as other tiers that you can do with us. But I would do that, get the speaker series, and get a chance to join a community of people who will have bariatric backgrounds, who are committed to getting better and working every day.
Yeah.
And you always do better when you're around like-minded people that all are striving for the same goals. And so if you're having, how many people did you have last year?
Let me see if I have the number.
Because if you're having like tons of people like that, you're going to feel that energy. You're going to feel that like motivation and inspiration.
So to give you an idea, last summer we had 43 campers. We sold out of one-to-one coaches before we really opened it. Traditionally, we opened summer camp in May. The benchies kind of broke the mold in the best way possible. We sold out by like Cinco de Mayo.
Wow.
Like I had to tell our graphic designer, like, stop giving me sales stuff. We're out of one-to-one coaching.
Yeah, it's all done.
That's amazing.
So what we did this year is we have different tiers for whatever you need, but we're also bringing in, Lisa is opening up her one-to-one roster, which we have not done in a minute. So you are getting to work with the person who programs and gets results for Busy Bariatrics.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
So much fun stuff.
Yeah, and the speakers are just, I mean, that would sell me itself, to be honest with you, because some of those people, like, I would love to talk to. So,
Oh my goodness.
you know, especially with the mindset stuff, because that's what I've noticed with the GLP-1 and the bariatrics and me, like, trying to get back in the gym and doing the things on a regular basis. I'm noticing that, like, it's easier to make the decision to do it now. Like,
The mental
before it was
clarity
more
is
like,
key.
I don't want to, I don't want to get off this couch, I'm too comfy. Like, I would make any excuse to not go. And now I'm like, I actually can tell myself, no, go. It's fine. You're totally fine. It's not gonna hurt work. Dylan's gone. Like, I don't have a spouse anymore. So it's like, you have the time. It's okay to go. And I've been trying to get myself to go more in the afternoons because I was like pigeonholing myself to only the morning. You can only go in the morning. That's it. And it's like,
Yeah.
actually, no, Mel, with the way that your schedule is, you can go to your evening classes. Like, it's okay. So I've been just like getting myself to do more of like, you know what, wherever I'm at that day. It's like, do I do a morning class or do I do an evening class? So I'm trying to work it around what we are doing for our schedule now, instead of just being like, well, I didn't go this morning, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore.
But, like, that is so common. And that's why, like, I'm excited. Ryan Corbin from the Barry Mel Experience, Fade Away Ryan.
Yeah.
Corby's going to be talking about, like, the permission to almost exist, or how to allow yourself to live your lifestyle. Derek Colvin is going to be talking about communicating and managing relationships as far as with yourself as well as with others, to allow you to have the conversation of prioritizing yourself to go to the gym and do everything. So we really listened to what the biggest struggles the bariatric community has had over the last year, and we've put every resource possible to help optimize your journey.
I love this.
Thank you so much, Rob, for
Yeah.
all the things. Like,
This is really all your two fault. Like, I was supposed to be done at this point.
no, you were not,
Nope.
obviously.
Obviously not.
I think you still have more to go, my friend.
Yes, you do.
Tons more.
Okay, so everybody out there, make sure, once again, to sign up for Patreon. It's patreon.com/OSLP, because this is a free challenge. That's right, it's free. So you want to sign up and get on the roster for the challenge. And we are going to be doing our kickoff call on March 14th. So
People.
It's a Friday.
it's a Friday, so get ready for that. We can't wait to see all of you in our Benchies group, and then also Let's Kill This Challenge. I'm going to do it with you guys. So very, very excited for all the things. And who knows, maybe I'll sign up for summer camp.
Oh my goodness. Could we imagine?
I might. I need to change something.
Tell you what, I know we're going to sound so infomercial right now. But
Okay.
even if all of this wasn't enough to wet your whistle,
But wait, there's more.
there is more. We're going to throw in a slap chop. I actually have no slap chops to offer. But what I can offer is, if you remember correctly, we freaked out so many people in my first solo episode of how I plan for my meals for 6 months.
Yes.
It has been the biggest question I get. What I am willing to give anyone who signs up to my email list, I will give you access to the calendar that shows how I plan out my meals 6 months in advance. So you will get
crazy
recipes, nutrition, a map out of what it looks like, the template of how to do it. And these are just some of the things we give our clients monthly.
Wow. I'm going to check this bad boy out when you send that link, because that's intense. And I would love to learn how to like schedule. I'm big on scheduling as well. It really makes me feel comfortable knowing like, oh, I got food in there for tomorrow. Not a problem.
Also, another speaker we're having, Arden Schiller, is one of the top automation business people in her space, meaning she teaches people how to automate businesses so that they run more efficiently.
Okay.
She has actually helped me optimize Busy Bariatrics. For those of you who aren't getting the language, the guy who's the calendar king goes to this person to learn how to get better at calendaring and making things run automatically. This is my personal coach. She is stopping her schedule and she is going to teach you how to automate your life using the same principles that help people scale their businesses.
And
That's
in the
really
camp?
cool.
That's in camp.
Maybe I'll do the camp too. I'm going to do all this. I'm going to do the challenge with you. You've inspired me. We're going to do this. We should all do the camp too. That'd be great.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We really built this to help the community in a way that you ladies helped me. And the least I can do is try to support the two of you in any way I can, because what you've done for me is life-changing. From just a dude who was working out and posting his videos and then getting to be on a men's panel, to then being on a men's panel on a stage, to then winning a whole bunch of awards. So ladies, thank you so much for everything that you do. And more importantly, like putting out content that helps our community every week.
Thank you.
You too, sir.
Yes. All right. Well, to all of you out there, we love you. Don't forget to sign up for the challenge in Patreon. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.